Hi there, welcome to your next instalment of Transactional Hypnosis, and today I want to talk about the up and coming seminar. And on the seminar what I'll be teaching you is some of the most important things for hypnosis, which is how to get past this fella, which is the doorman of your mind. And this is a critical parent part of the personality, and this guy, as with the doorman in a pub and nightclub and things like that, has a certain set of rules not to allow certain people in. So he could have a rule where he says nobody in trainers. So if you're wearing trainers, this guy doesn't let you in. Now the reality is, we know that wearing trainers doesn't make you a violent person or a person that wouldn't, be welcome in a nightclub. So what we need to do is to get past this person in order to get into another part of the club, which is, I call the owner of the club. And the owner of the club will be the child part, the adapted child part of the personality, the ego state. And what happens with the adapted child, this is represented by a cheeky little monkey here, is the part of the personality that, although it's more vulnerable, is actually able to make better decisions based on the person's values and beliefs and morals. So it won't let the person do anything that's that clashes with any of that. And then what happens if this little fella, the adapted child, which would be the compliant character or subject or person we're dealing with, lets us into the adult part of the personality, the unemotional, the logical, the just the thing that just behaves and does things as rote. And the interesting thing is, I like to use Spock for this, because Spock was famous on Star Trek for, apologies for those really young viewers who've never seen Spock, but he was the guy that was really unemotional. He couldn't have access to any emotions. And when you see people behaving on stage, you'll notice that they're very, very deadpan. And they're just behaving, and certainly what will happen is that they'll sometimes in some of the skits, or sometimes when you see people doing things, they'll respond to laughter and things like that, so the face will laugh. But what we have is a second layer where we've got what we call the child in adult. So the adult is taking references from the child on how to behave, but it's still behaving in this very logical way that's being directed. And what I say is that when people are hypnotised using transactional hypnosis, the subject gives the hypnotist or the mind magician, or whatever you want to call yourself, permission to command their adult. They feel safe, they feel secure and everything else. And one of the things that I teach in transactional hypnosis is that there are certain levels of trance, and there has to be, because if you think about, say, people you've fallen in love with from school days all the way up to adulthood, you didn't love everybody the same. You weren't in love every time. There were certain degrees of that. And because hypnosis, trance, whatever you want to call it, is a state, there has to be degrees. It's an analogue, it's not a digital. You don't say, I was happy or I was unhappy. There are different degrees of that. Something like if somebody gave you £5 might make you happy. If somebody had a surprise party for you with all your favourite gifts and everything, might make you ecstatically happy. So there are grades in every single emotion. And as hypnosis and trance is an emotional state, there has to be depth with that too. And that's why this is really important, because some of the thinking around nowadays is saying you're either in trance or you're not. And it's a very hit and miss model. So what I'm saying is there are actual depths of trance, and this is why transactional hypnosis is very good for stage hypnosis, street hypnosis, impromptu hypnosis, having a bit of fun with your mates, for hypnotherapy, because what it teaches you to do with some of the techniques is to actually how to get from that level and then get deeper and deeper and deeper. Now a somnambulistic trance, which is a very, very deeper state, is when you get completely to the level where they'll do everything you say and have no memory. Now there are different things that you can get, and you'll notice that some people can, say, have name amnesia, have number amnesia, have anaesthesia, not be able to feel their hands, but can't hallucinate things, can't see things that aren't there. And what also I've learned from doing lots and lots of shows is that, and doing lots and lots in the street, and impromptu, and anyone who knows me knows I do it anyway. I do it down the gym, in the shops, you know, I'm just a complete obsessive about this. So what I've noticed as well is that you hypnotise the same person. There will be some days when they don't go in as deep as others. This is really important, and this is why you have to have the belief about depth. And the reason is that when you have the belief about depth, you also then create the ability to deepen that trance, to get different phenomena, instead of thinking it's black and white, oh, I've got to pull out, I failed again. And that's why transactional hypnosis gives you more choice and more flexibility. Now what I've done for this course is I've written up some scripts, I've created some new inductions. You'll be really excited to see my Pinocchio induction, which I trialled out on Gary Turner at the weekend, who gave me some great feedback and told me how powerful it was. Some other tips and tricks that I've created. I mean, all of the stuff you'll be teaching has never been taught before. There's so much I've created for this model that just allows you that this kind of hypnosis will fit in with your personality. So it's not kind of you have to pretend to be the hypnotist, or you have to follow a certain set of words to blah blah blah. This will actually fit your personality. I'm going to teach you the nuts and bolts and give you the tools, but also, like NLP and like Richard Bandler and John Grinder said, I want you to develop it, to mould it into your personality. I don't want you to have to keep referring to an audio, a video or whatever. I'm going to give you a model using metaphors, and this fellow will be coming on the course, this fella, even the nurturing pair will be coming on, and obviously Spock, and there'll be some other characters as well, so that you learn up here how and why hypnosis works, so you get the best results. So I'm hoping that you'll book in, get the early bird discount. I think it's before April the 17th. Get in on the early bird discount. There is limited places. Half the places have gone already, so please do book your seats, because when it's full, it's full. I've only got a certain size room, the same one we used for the last course, Performing Hypnosis. So book your seats. It's going to be an amazing course. This stuff has never been taught in a seminar before, so make sure you get there. It's going to be a fantastic day, and I look forward to meeting you. Take care.